Some nights, I scream with the bayoneted boy who fades from the space where you sleep. Worse than the combat speed night fears of wars not even my own. Worse than sitting on the bathroom floor, because the space is so small, so bright there are no unwatched perimeters. Worse than knowing the way a bayonet slips into a knee joint is letting go. Pieced into the past, the way yesterday comrades puzzle more into place, out of life with each distant day. Right around my second, third years of college, all these big questions started coming up. What exactly, how have I changed as a result of combat? What did it mean to be responsible for the deaths of other people? What did it mean to be directly responsible or sort of peripherally responsible? Because I was in an artillery unit. We were in firefights, but we mostly were firing at targets that were very far from us. I joined in the late 80s when we weren't in combat anywhere, so I thought I was just going to go be a glorified Boy Scout, playing guns for 2 years. And then the Gulf War happened 8 months after I was stationed at Fort Bragg. So I got out of the Army 3 months before my original leave date. I was super excited to be getting out of the military. I started becoming more interested in examining other soldiers' experiences in writing, reading war literature, and particularly war poetry and stuff like that, fiction and memoirs. And that became a more than 10-year sort of journey to figure out what had happened to me. More generally, to figure out what happens to soldiers in combat. What happened to me? What did I experience? What did I go through? What's it mean for my future self? How do veterans readjust to the world? How do veterans care about daily life? These poems became a way of me just examining my experiences. I wrote this book not necessarily as therapy, but as a way of seeking answers and a way of shaping my memories. By providing form to them, at least I might not know the answer, but if I wrote down the question, that could at least be enough for a little while. So it's an examination of a kid who goes to combat and then the war as it follows him home. I wrote it to share my story with other veterans and other people. I wrote it to give myself some sort of final shape for those experiences. So I didn't have to constantly remember them. Austin, drunk on the phone, then nothing these long years. España in New Mexico. Valen, who never left Bragg. Randy, Jimmy O, Lopes, so many gone. Except the nights they fight through desert smoke dreams with me. Together before I shake awake. Sweat replacing my blood or theirs. All shouts my own. These arms that held my lost soldiers as they died, reaching for the woman who cradles me as she whispers me back to them. Let an evening prayer be said for those not going home. Let it strike you blind who lives and reigns forever and ever in empty skies. It is finished. Let it end.